get to school on Friday, awkwardness squared. Really, it was just, I have no idea who knows. Do they know? I don't know. Things are confusing. It's all a blur. That whole week was a blur to me, really. It felt like a couple hours. Really, it was 5 days. Nobody told me. The weekend comes around, and I have a wonderful weekend with my boyfriend. Best weekend, bar none, of my life. Fantastic. I get home on Sunday. First thing I do is I load up a picture as my profile picture on Facebook of me and my boyfriend. And so my thinking being, if people haven't figured it out by now, they'll see the picture and they'll be like, huh, and they'll clue in. Sure enough, within a little while of me being online, it turned out that it wasn't directly related to the picture going up because he had found out on Saturday. But the other goalie on my hockey team from last year, not this season, but last season, sent me a message and he was like, "I'm proud of you, guy. You took a lot of balls to do what you did." And I've talked to a lot of people and they said the same shit. And that again, it struck me on two different levels. One, it's the other goalie. It's being two goalies on the same team. You form sort of a bond. It's hard to explain. It's like it's a friendship, but then it's like a respectful friendship. And so it's it was really good to know that I had his support, and then him saying that he's talked to a lot of people and they're saying the same shit. Well, a lot of people, the people that he hangs out with, are a lot of teammates of mine, or that play hockey. His brother is another former teammate of mine, you know, who I wasn't sure how he would react, and it was really reassuring. And so I went to school Monday, knowing that a lot of people must know, and I went to school not really nervous but confident. I was ready to face the music. So I go in Monday, and it's like nothing's changed. Nothing's changed, and my mind is ready to, just like freak out in excitement that this is everybody's reaction and nothing has changed. But then there's a part of me in the back of my mind still going, what if they don't know yet? What if it hasn't gotten to that yet? What if, you haven't come out and said that you're gay yet? And so when I got home, I wrote a note on Facebook, which is basically a blog. And I said, I'm gay. I explained how the only reason I have any courage to do this is because of the courage that my relationship with my boyfriend has given me, and that's 100% true. I thanked my boyfriend, and I thanked everybody who has sent me messages of support and who has treated me no differently. And I opened up on that note a lot. I talked about troubles I went through during uh, junior high and stuff like that, and um, a story from the weekend. I figured when people read this, they're almost gonna have to respond, right? I mean, and a lot of them did. Before I went to bed that night, I got comments. People liked it or thumbs upped it. If you don't know Facebook, and it was really reassuring. So the next day, I go in and everything's the same. It's like nothing's changed. And the next day, nothing's changed. And more and more of my friends, my teammates, my former teammates gave it the thumbs up or commented, and people were telling me how proud they were of me, how proud they are of my courage, how impressed they are of me, how much they respect me, and just people again that, people I barely talk to, people I rarely talk to, and people I never talked to were saying these things. And it made me proud of my school. It really did. Because, like, nobody's out in my school. And there's a shitload of kids in my school, so there's got to be quite a number of gay people. And the fact that this is spread around so widely, and there's been a loud acceptance of it, it's really, it blows me away. Um, you know, and hindsight, looking back on things, should I have come out earlier? Like at the beginning of 365, would that have been a good idea? No. Would it have been a good idea to come out at the beginning of this year even? No, I don't think so. Would it have been a good idea to come out at the beginning of grade 9? Definitely not. Um, it's taken people, I've given them enough time to get to know me for me. Because while their reactions have been amazing, uh, there also existed, or still exists, I'm sure, mild homophobia, homophobic prejudiced atmosphere in my school. And so by waiting, um, by waiting the amount of time that I did, uh, it's allowed them to get to know me, whether it was through sports, classmates, friends, mutual friends. People have gotten to know me for me before they found out this bit of information about me, which before meeting me would have been hell's no because of the prejudice that exists in my school. And so I think I came out at the perfect time, really. And it's been life changing. It's been life changing for me, obviously, but I also think it's been life changing um, for a number of people, not only who might be gay in my school, but who are straight and have responded positively about this. Um, One message that stands out in my mind is one that I got this past weekend from another one of my former teammates. Uh, and he said something to the effect of, Scott, you know what? Before I found out about you, I didn't know what to think about this sort of thing, being gays and whatnot. And he said, seeing how happy you are and just what kind of happiness courage can bring, it's brought a smile to my face. And you know what? I've changed my mind completely. And it just blew me away. It really blew me away. This entire experience has just been unreal. It's been amazing. I'm living in a fairy tale. I really am. I feel spoiled with the reactions that I've faced in my life. Um, and it's just been unreal. So that's been my life these past few weeks. As for videos, I'm going to try to make videos bi-weekly, uh, monthly at the very least, but I'm going to try to make videos bi-weekly. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.